Hello, he calls me his child, Dusty Rose. Ew, been a while. So figured I would talk a little bit about why updates have been so sparse for most of the year and then I suddenly started dumping them all at once, and why it's probably about to go back in the other direction again. Basically, I decided to take writing seriously for the first time ever this year. And by seriously, I mean either cutting back most of the way or cutting back completely on my side projects, including this. Kind of making this bubble where I sit down, I staple my butt to the chair, and even if nothing is coming out, I have to stare at the Word document. I was not always successful. However, I have 38,000 words of original fiction finally. Right now I'm in a phase where, to me, feedback is way more valuable than holding on to it and hoping I can sell it as a whole. So I'm putting it online. It's available on Wattpad, on my blog, and on Royal Road. It's nowhere near done, and I update there about as consistently as I update here or on my blog, so that should tell you something. But there's 38,000 words written, and that's something else, considering that I never got past 40,000 words before, and I actually feel like I have a shot at getting past 40,000 words. Previously, anytime I'd try to write original fiction, I'd get to 40,000 words, and then I would begin this process of, oh, this is all messed up, I need to go back and rewrite it from scratch, and then I would just continue to cycle through this rewriting the first 40,000 words and never get past it. And I don't feel like that's happening this time. So I'm really excited about my story, which is called The Ramara Phenomenon. And if y'all have any thoughts, that would be fantastic, but you're not required. I'm just telling you why I kind of dropped off the map for several months. But then I finished the most recent arc in the story, and I went, I need a break. So I put the Ramara Phenomenon to the side, and I came back and I started recording videos, and I started making crazy amounts of hats. Do you see that line back there? That's one of two strings of hats that I have back there, plus those over there, and there's a jellyfish hat. This was an experiment to, updating fan fiction, contacting people in my life to whom I said, I'm not talking to most people for a while, I gotta focus, so there's been that kind of break. However, that's also gonna come to a close fairly soon. Probably by the end of July, I'm going to revert to my little bubble state and start writing on this story again and taking it seriously again. So I'm going to be updating, here as much as I can until then. So the Ramara Phenomenon is going great, and blogging on my site is also going great. I mean, blogging on my site is still very intermittent, but it'll be like you don't hear from me for most of the month, and then I drop 5 blog pieces, in a week or something like that. It's much like my updates here. Very erratic. They happen, and they often happen in clusters. So I'm having fun writing on my blog on the Ramara Phenomenon. I've been reading a lot of books. I think this year I've read more books. I don't actually know what year to compare it to. I'm just reading a lot of books this year. I noticed that out of the 3 books I have running on this channel right now, I am closest to the end of Out of the Fog. And usually when I find I'm that close to the end, I'll shift focus a bit to kind of push through, as quickly as possible. So you'll probably be seeing more Out of the Fog updates, although I say that and I'm like, let's get through another chapter of Ethnic America today. But I'll probably be doing more Out of the Fog. Which then, of course, brings up, the idea, what are the next books going to be? Well, I have a short running list of potentials. Ones that were very interesting to me, made me think differently, or impacted me somehow. And right now, the candidates are, I'm not calling for a vote right now, but it's, I'm thinking of Boundaries by Cloud and Townsend, or Healing from Hidden Abuse by Shannon Thomas, Cool It by Bjorn Lomborg, which I think is actually another bridge building book. I listened to him and I came down a bit off my perch about a few things. So I like that he made me see things differently. That for me is the most likely next pick, but that's right now. Who knows what I'm going to find in the next, couple of months. And of course, Screw Tape Letters is kind of in the background also, as I'd love to read that on the channel sometime. Anyways, so that's all the stuff that's going on right now. Here's the little update from me to you. Thanks for sticking around. I'm glad that there are people who enjoy this. And thank you for your patience with my extremely erratic posting. Have a gentle rest of your day, rest of your week, rest of your month, rest of your year. I'll see you next time.